right, hello everybody, and welcome to Full Range Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Most Valuable Pat, and I am here with the Raw and SmackDown recap of February 12th and 13th of 2018, and we're also going to talk about a couple of the rumors running around on the rumor mill about what happened this week. A lot of good ones actually, and I must say this week was a little bit better than last week when it came to Raw and SmackDown shows overall. Last week was kind of boring when it came to some of Raw and SmackDowns, and they need to step it up a little bit because Elimination Chamber's coming up, Fan Slate's coming up, and WrestleMania's coming up, so they better start pulling some shit and good stuff if they're gonna want to keep their fans for both those pay per views. So, um, it was actually a little bit better than it was. Excuse me, I'm dealing with a cold today, so you just have to bear with me. It was a little bit better than it was last week. It wasn't fantastic, but it was a little bit better. The biggest story of the night, though, was they had a fatal five-way match. Uh, to determine who was going to be the last person in the elimination chamber. And at the beginning of the show, Seth Rollins comes out and says that he wants to be a part of this fatal five-way or fatal four-way match, the second chance match to determine who's going to be in the elimination chamber as the last participant. Well, turns out we don't know who's going to be the last participant in the in the elimination chamber because there wasn't any person that actually won the match. Um, there was a bunch of people arguing because there was multiple pins, and it was pretty crazy. It was a decent ending because you're kind of left in mystery of what happened, and you don't know who's gonna be the last participant. Maybe they'll have like a 9-man or 11-man elimination chamber. That'd be kind of funny, but they're obviously gonna determine who's gonna be the contender for the championship or the last person in the elimination chamber probably next week, which would be fine. So just gonna maybe have a rematch or maybe have like a tournament or something like that. I don't know, but uh, it was actually a really good ending. I really enjoyed that ending, not knowing who was gonna win, not knowing even at the very end who was gonna win the match. Um, so they did a really good job of that. They had a lot of good names in there. I mean, obviously, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy are gonna have their sort of rivalry, so it's gonna be down to either Seth or Finn Balor because Apollo Crews is not gonna make it in there. So they're gonna be down to Seth Rollins or Finn Balor, and I'm hoping that Finn Balor gets in. I don't mind Seth Rollins that much, but we've seen him kind of in championship glory already, and I want to see how Finn Balor kind of handles himself when it comes to championship situations and how much he can kind of how he can handle himself. Like I just said, when it comes to just being in any championship match. So hopefully he gets an opportunity next weekend or next week on Raw to be in the elimination chamber and then go in there and just shine like I know he's going to. Um, a couple other matches of the night where Sheamus came out and he was fight against Roman Reigns. Really good match. These two guys are really good. Like the Bar and the whole Rollins and Reigns and then versus the Bar type of thing is really cool. It's a cool little rivalry that they have. excuse me, that they have going on, and they all have really quality matches against each other. Reigns ended up pulling out the victory here, and it was actually a lot of fun. The one big thing that they did talk about in this particular thing was one of the new inductees in the Hall of Fame, and it was Ivory. I mean, she was. I remember watching her, and she was something, man. Like she was right up there with Trish and Lita um when it came to women's wrestling. She really kind of set the bar, but then right after her is when it kind of fell off a little bit. So I respect Ivory. I'm glad that she did get nominated for the WWE Hall of Fame, and I'll be watching that Hall of Fame ceremony whenever WrestleMania rolls around. It should be fun to see all the old faces in there and all that kind of stuff, and just chit chatting about what's going on. Um, they had a couple women's matches this week. It was Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose versus Mickey James, Alexa Bliss, and Absolution ended up beating her or beating everybody, of course, because they're gonna have Absolution just destroy everybody which is stupid, but whatever. Uh, and they also had Bailey versus Sasha Banks, with Bailey pulling it out at the end. Another good match. You know, those two really know how to perform with each other. They really know how to make each other look good. They really know how to have quality matches against each other. So it was a lot of fun. And at the end of the match, they got up and they looked at each other and they kind of showed a sign of respect, and then they both got jumped by Nia Jax, which was great. I can't wait to see the match between her and Asuka. I'm really excited to see that match. I really hope that there's a way that she can be in the match at WrestleMania to make it a triple threat match. I'm really hoping that they pulled that off somehow, like a double count out or something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. Uh, Other than that, I mean, nothing really happened on Raw. I mean, that was pretty much the entirety of Raw. They had Cena come out in the very beginning of the show. He he was talking about how he doesn't want to be left out of this year's WrestleMania, and how for the first time in his career he might be left out of it. And I don't really want to see him out of it, but I don't really know who he's going to go against. I mean, they're saying he's probably going to take on Undertaker, but I'm not really sure. And then they had Miz come out, which it's the same stuff over and over and over again. Miz has no right being in the ring with Cena. Cena and Miz are so polar opposite. It's not even funny. I mean, it's the same shit that happens every single time. Miz comes out, tries to talk shit to Cena, doesn't work. Cena kicks his ass and talks trash to him back, even way 1,000 times better than Miz does. They have a match. Miz loses, and that's it. The consequence for this particular match was that the loser had to be number one in the Elimination Chamber match. So Miz, of course, lost. So Miz is going to be number one in the Elimination Chamber match. I'm actually looking forward to this Elimination Chamber. I actually want to see it and see if it's going to be any good. Usually the Elimination Chamber matches are pretty fun to watch. So hopefully they're going to be pretty good. But overall, that was pretty much all that happened on Raw this week. It was a very simple show. It was very good. It was very fun to watch. I enjoyed that ending a lot. I'm sorry for sniffling so much, but I'm again dealing with the cold. So we're just gonna move on here a little bit. We'll go on to SmackDown, and it was supposed to be a really good starting match. It was supposed to be Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, and what was supposed to happen was that they were gonna go against each other, and then they were gonna go. The winner of that match was gonna be the into the fatal four way, making a fatal four way match at Fastlane when it was AJ, Sammy, and Kevin, and then the winner of this match is going to be involved in that match, so they have a better chance of actually not becoming champions. Kevin and Sammy, I mean. So before they both can come out, Ziggler and uh, Baron Corbin both got jumped by Sammy and Kevin Owens, and they were both out of the match. So then what Shane did was he said that they're going to have a match between it was going to be Kevin Owens versus Baron Corbin, and it was going to be Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler. And if Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler win those matches, they're going to be in the match, the heavyweight championship match at Fastlane against AJ Styles for the championship. So, of course, Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler both win their matches. So now it's a fatal five way at Fastlane for the WWE Championship, which is fine. I don't, because I'm hoping they don't mess it up and they give somebody else a title besides AJ. I don't want to see anybody else fight against Nakamura except for AJ Styles. I really don't. I think it's going to be just horrible if they have anybody else have that match with Nakamura. Nobody can even hang with him. I don't think that anybody's as good as Nakamura is, and so I don't. I'm just kind of hoping that they keep on having that match, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke. But we'll see what happens. Um, that was pretty much the matches of the night. They had a U.S. Open challenge where Bobby Roode came out and he wanted Randy Orton, and Randy Orton came out. But before they had a fight, Jinder Mahal interrupted them, and they had a nice little promo, and it ended up being Randy Orton RKOing uh, one of the Singh brothers, and then all three of them fought, and it ended up being Mahal going after Bobby Roode and Randy Orton and hitting him with his finisher, and then there he is. Oh, I'm the best. Um, I like Jinder Mahal. I like Bobby Roode. I like Randy Orton. Kind of hoping they'll have a triple threat match to determine who the United States champion. But we've seen Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal like 4 times already. I don't want to keep on seeing the same people fight over and over and over again. And that's a common thing in WWE. They always have the same people fight each other constantly. And it's annoying. Every time that happens, you see the same matches over and over and over again. And that was okay when they didn't have a lot of talent. But now this roster is just full of talent and more talent and more talent. And they keep on doing the same stuff. At least Raw is actually trying to make something different. Or SmackDown, I mean, is actually trying to do something a little bit different where they're having Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens go up against like AJ Styles or go up against like Ziggler and Baron Corbin. That's fine. I don't mind that at all because it's something different. We haven't seen that before. I want to see matchups with people that you haven't seen before. But Raw is always the same thing. It's always Raw or Miz versus Cena. It's always Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus The Bar. It's always like, all these different people going up against the same people over and over and over again. It's annoying. I'm not a fan of it. Sasha versus Bailey. You know what I mean? It's not something that I'm really used to seeing. I haven't seen Alexa Bliss wrestle once since probably like December. I don't understand that. She hasn't had to defend her championship at Rumble, and now she has to defend an Elimination Chamber, which is fine. But I mean, get her in the ring. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I'm not really too big a fan of that. And then the other matches that were fantastic was Sammy and Dolph and Kevin Owens and Baron Corbin. Those are two phenomenal matches. Those four guys are great, and they make that show. There's 6 main guys that make that show, and those four of them right there. And the other two are obviously AJ and Shinsuke. Bob Roode is good too, and so is Orton and stuff like that. But those four guys really, really make a good show, and they make it fun to watch. I like SmackDown way more than I like Raw. This week anyway, it was a lot of fun. Raw had a good ending, but SmackDown was just a little bit better, in my opinion anyway. I really enjoyed watching it. I didn't think Ziggler was actually coming back. I thought when he won his U.S. championship and he forfeited it, that his contract was actually expired. But it turns out that they actually offered him a pretty lucrative contract, and so he signed it for 2 more years, and so he's gonna be sticking around for a while. I'm gonna actually use that to go up into our little rumor mill that we have going on, and so we're going to talk a little bit about a couple things that have been going on in the rumors when it comes down to wrestling. Apparently, they're going to try to have a bigger role with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at the WrestleMania this year. They might be looking at Goldberg to enter it, but we'll have to see. They sold out of this is cool. They sold out of Rusev Day t-shirts really fast, and they had to order like a whole bunch more, which is great. Because that Rusev Day is so freaking cool. I love Rusev. He's awesome. Um, Couple of things, they are still planning on doing Cena versus Taker at WrestleMania, but and I don't think that's going to start until after Elimination Chamber, but we'll see what happens. They're also saying that there might be a Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley feud that might be coming up here pretty quick. Um, that again would happen probably after Elimination Chamber, and that's if Lesnar decides to stick around after WrestleMania. So hopefully it starts after. Well, it's probably gonna start after WrestleMania, but I'm hoping it kind of starts before that. I doubt it because they have to do, they have to do Brock after Elimination Chamber, whoever he's gonna fight against after Elimination Chamber. So that's probably gonna happen afterwards. But I hope he may at least makes an appearance before WrestleMania. That'd be great. We'll see what happens. But looks like Jason Jordan is legitimately hurt and he's gonna be out for a while, which sucks because he really had a lot of momentum going with Rollins and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of sucks that he actually got hurt. I feel kind of bad for him. We'll see when he comes back. Hopefully, he comes back soon. I hope he feels better. And hopefully, his surgery went well. Let's see. Other things. Looks like Mickey James was the one that was going to replace Nia Jax for the Elimination Chamber, and they have other plans for her because it's for Nia. I mean, because they want her to fight against Alexa at WrestleMania. Looks like it's going to be a triple threat match for that title. Other than that, there wasn't really there. It looks like they're gonna have a Triple H return sometime after Elimination Chamber. It seems like it's gonna be him and Stephanie versus Ronda Rousey and somebody else. I'm hoping The Rock. Maybe that'd be cool. I don't know, but who else is there? Are they gonna fight against? I mean, Strowman. So I don't know. We'll see about that, but they're also talking about Samoa Joe, and he's been taken off of all of the advertising up until May. So it looks like he's not going to be back for a while, which kind of sucks. I miss Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is amazing. I really wish I hope he feels better, and I hope he comes back soon. Um, Other than that, I mean, there's really not really too much else to talk about when it comes to rumor mill. I mean, like I said before, they might put Goldberg in the elimination chamber, or not the elimination chamber, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal this year, which I think would be kind of cool. So keep your eye out for that. Maybe he'll come on in. And other than that, that's pretty much everything that we got for you this week. I'm sorry this isn't such a long video, but not a lot of stuff happens on Raw and SmackDown during the week that you can really talk about. So, but again, if you have any questions or comments, please put it down in the comment section, and we'll try to answer them next week. And we'll save this section for a comment section again for next week. And I hope that everybody has a great week and a great weekend. And we will see you guys next Tuesday. We'll talk about Raw and SmackDown for Tuesday. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and don't forget to always enjoy. Thanks a lot. See you later, guys.